C. International career. 4. Rise through ranks. During the series between India and Australia in 2009, Dhoni scored 124 runs in 107 balls in the second OD, and scored 71 runs in 95 balls in the third OD. Along with Yuvraj Singh's 78 off of 96 balls, India won the third OD by 6 wickets. Dhoni took his first and only wicket in international cricket on the 30th of September 2009. He bowled Travis Dowland of the West Indies during a match in the 2009 ICC Champions Trophy. Dhoni topped the ICC OD batsman rankings for several months in 2009. Michael Hussey from Australia replaced him at the top spot at the beginning of 2010. Dhoni had an excellent year in ODIs in 2009, scoring 1198 runs in just 24 innings, at considerably high average of 70.43. Dhoni was also the joint top scorer in ODIs in 2009 along with Ricky Ponting, but the latter having played 30 innings. For his performances in 2009, he was named as captain and wicket-keeper of the World OD 11 by the ICC. 5. Post-2011 World Cup. In 2012, Pakistan toured India for a bilateral series for the first time in 5 years. In the 3-match OD series, Dhoni top-scored for India in all 3 innings. However, India lost the series 1-2. In the first OD at Chennai, he helped India recover from 29 fifths to help post a total of 227 in 50 overs. Scoring 113 not out, he had a record partnership with Ravichandran Ashwin, although India had lost. Winning the 2013 ICC Champions Trophy, Dhoni became the first and the only captain in international cricket to claim all ICC trophies. In the rain-shortened final against England, he was out for a duck and ended the tournament with 27 runs from 2 innings. However, Dhoni's field placements and tactics were to India's advantage, as the team had beat the opposition by 5 runs. DL method. He was also named as captain and wicket-keeper of the team of the tournament by the ICC. Just after the Champions Trophy, India toured West Indies for a Tri-Nation tournament against West Indies and Sri Lanka. Dhoni had gotten injured at the start of the tournament itself and got ruled out for the whole tournament. However, despite not having fully recovered, he returned to play the final against Sri Lanka, once again only to find himself become a hero after single-handedly taking India to a victory by 1 wicket. Dhoni scored an unbeaten 45 off 52 balls while scoring 16 runs in the final over required for the victory. He was adjudged man of the match for this performance. In November 2013, Dhoni became the second India batsman after Sachin Tendulkar to aggregate 1,000 or more OD runs against Australia. India toured South Africa and New Zealand in the 2013-14 season and ending up losing both series, 0-2 and 0-4, respectively. Against South Africa, Dhoni managed 84 runs at an average of 48.0, including 1 half-century. Against New Zealand, he managed 272 runs which included 3 consecutive 50-plus scores. In the third match of the series, his knock of 50 helped India tie the match and eventually avoiding a series whitewash. Meanwhile, he scored his 8,000th run in OD cricket on the tour. India won the away OD series in England in 2014 by 3-1 and series against West Indies in India by 2-1 margin. Dhoni had performed, as he scored a half-century in each of the series. 6. 2015 World Cup. India's preparation going into the tournament looked poor, as India had failed to perform in the Carlton Mid-Triangular Series in Australia, failing to win a single match, with Dhoni himself managing 70 runs from 3 innings and averaging 23.34. During the 2015 Cricket World Cup, Dhoni became the first Indian captain to win all group stage matches in such a tournament. India achieved wins against arch-rivals Pakistan, South Africa, whom they hadn't beaten before in a World Cup game, the UAE, West Indies, Ireland and Zimbabwe. In the match against Zimbabwe at Eden Park, he made 85 not out chasing 288 and had an unbeaten partnership of 196 with Suresh Raina. This is the highest score by an Indian captain on New Zealand soil. Beating Bangladesh in the quarter-finals, he became the third overall and the first non-Australian captain to win 100 ODI matches. In an unsuccessful effort against eventual champions Australia in the semi-finals, he made 65 as India were unable to defend their title. Dhoni, however, performed well with the bat by scoring 237 runs in 6 innings at an average of 59.25 and a strike rate of 102.15 and thus, became only the second Indian captain to have an average over 50 and strike rate over 100 in a particular season of the World Cup. 6. Stepping down as captain and thereafter. Dhoni stepped down as captain of India in the limited over formats in January 2017, just ahead of the ODI series at home against England. In the second game of the series, he scored 134 off 122 balls, that included a 256-run partnership for the fourth wicket along with Yuvraj Singh. The century, his 10th in ODIs, was his first in over 3 years. He was named as a wicket-keeper of the team of the tournament at the 2017 Champions Trophy by CricBuzz. He was also named in the ODI 11 of the year by CricBuzz. In August that year, during the fifth and final ODI against Sri Lanka in Colombo, he became the first wicket-keeper to effect 100 stumpings, surpassing Kumar Sangakkara, when he stumped Akila Dhananjaya off Yuzvendra Chahal. He reached the milestone of effecting 400 dismissals in ODIs in February 2018, following the stumping of Aiden Markram in the third ODI of the South Africa tour. Dhoni went past 10,000 ODI runs in the second ODI against England during his team's 2018 tour, and became the fourth Indian and 12th overall to do so. He had a relatively mediocre series, having scored 79 runs in 2 innings at a strike rate of 63.20. This was followed by 2 poor performances for him in the ODI format. The Asia Cup that he finished with 77 runs in 4 innings at an average of 19.25 and the home series against West Indies where he aggregated 50 runs from 3 innings. Dhoni was given rest and thus wasn't available for the selection of the T20I squads for the series that followed and the Australia tour later that season. However, he was included in the squad named for the ODI series there. In the 3-match series, Dhoni found form and scored half-centuries in all 3 games with the latter 2 resulting in wins, helping India secure a 2-1 series victory, their first in a bilateral series on Australian soil. Dhoni finished with 193 runs and was named player of the series. He also became the 4th Indian to score more than 1,000 ODI runs there. In April 2019, he was named in India's squad for the 2019 Cricket World Cup. In July 2019, in India's semi-final match against New Zealand, Dhoni played in his 350th ODI. 7. T20I career. On the 12th of February 2012, Dhoni made an unbeaten 44 to guide India to their first win over Australia at Adelaide. In the final over, he hit considerably large 6 which travelled 112 metres off the bowling of Clint Mackay. During the post-match presentation, he described this 6 as more important than the one he hit during the ICC World Cup final in 2011. He was named as captain and wicket-keeper of the team of the tournament for the 2014 T20 World Cup by the ICC. 8. 2007 ICC World 2020. MS Dhoni was chosen to lead India in first ever World T20 in 2007. He made his captaincy debut against Scotland but the match was washed off. Thereon, he led India to the ICC World 2020 trophy in South Africa, with a victory over arch-rivals Pakistan in an intensely fought final on the 24th of September 2007, and became the second Indian captain to have won a World Cup in any form of cricket, after Kapil Dev.